I've been trying a new portrait lens in my home photography studio and I love the results. So I thought with these self-portraits, I'm going to teach you the do's and don'ts when editing portrait photography, because I know editing is very hard, but even more portrait photography because it's very easy to overdo and then the portraits look freaking terrible. So don't worry, because today I'm gonna address every single mistake everyone does at the beginning and how to fix it. And the best part is that I'm going to show you everything in a very affordable software, which is non-subscription, in case you don't want to pay Adobe, because this happens many times. The good part about this software is that you can use it as a standalone software or as a plugin for Photoshop and Lightroom. If you follow me for a while, you know that I use it as a plugin because I love Lightroom, okay? But you don't need it. So let's go to the first don't. The first don't is to don't use the same Lightroom preset in all your portraits. And I'm going to show you the perfect example because I do have my own Lightroom presets. I do have many of them on my website, and many of them don't work for some photos, and some of them, they're going to work amazingly. So you have to experiment with this. So let's go, for instance, to this one here, and let's go to my editorial collection, for instance. I'm gonna go to editorial neutral. This one works perfectly. So if you see the before and the after, it gives like a very nice editorial look. You just have to reduce the highlights a little bit because the skin is very bright, and that's it. I'm going to use now another preset for you to see what I mean. I'm gonna go to the most popular one, which is Moody Greens. I use it for my travel photography a lot, but for this one, it doesn't work. I would make it work, okay, because I really know how to use Lightroom, so this preset can look amazing in studio photography as well. Look at the color gradient. But as a starting point, I prefer something else. But I'm gonna show you the example. I'm gonna go to this photo here. This one is a very moody portrait, so I'm gonna apply Moody Greens. And as you can see, yes, it's very dark, but with a bit of exposure, it looks incredible already, super cinematic. I'm gonna add vibrance because I want the orange to pop out a bit more. There you go. I don't have to do anything else to the portrait. This is the before without Moody Greens and with Moody Greens. So this is to show you, some photos work very well with a Lightroom preset and some others, they don't work. The next don't, I'm gonna go to the first photo because this one is a classic one and everyone does it. I already applied my Lightroom preset from my editorial collection, but let's go to edit. This is Luminar Neo. You're going to see how it works if you don't know it yet. They're sponsoring today's video, but I started using Luminar before I started my channel, okay? Just for the record, and I'm very happy they sponsor some of my videos because I use it every single time for my portrait photography work. But you can use it also for landscape photography or any photography you may be into because it's incredibly complete. It's like Lightroom, but you have so many AI tools that are gonna be incredible for your photography. So let's go to edit here, and this is my favorite part, the portrait editing section and the creative section. Let's go to portrait. You can go to skin, and the next don't, maybe you guessed it, is to don't over smooth the skin. This is something everyone does, and people look like dolls. We all have pores in the skin, so please don't overdo it. I'm gonna zoom in here. You see all my pores here. I mean, the light is a bit harsh, so you can see the skin perfectly. That's why you have to learn how to edit portrait. So you have this amazing tool here in Luminar, which is skin, and you can soften the skin. Let's go 100. You see, even though it works pretty well and very natural, it's too much. This is the before, and this is the after. It's too much, so I would go to maybe 40, something like that. This looks way more natural. Don't overdo anything, okay? Because it looks very amateur. Your edits have to be very subtle because otherwise they're going to look terrible, okay? So for the next don't, I'm gonna go to another photo, which is way better to show you the example. Let's go to this one here because you can see my face way better. I'm going to apply maybe this preset, Bali Film. I love this preset as well. I use it for my travel photography and it works incredible for portrait, as you can see. Presets can be very, very versatile, so I'm gonna apply this one. But you can see the skin tones are not very bad, to be honest, they're quite good. I'm gonna remove the grain because this preset has grain on it. And then actually I'm gonna fix this in Luminar for you to see it, as I promised. I'm gonna open with Luminar here. And I'm going to go to color, to HSL. So the other don't is to don't mess up the skin tones. This is very important. Please be careful with this because it's very easy to make people look orange and doesn't look nice. But this is the way to fix it. As you can see here, you have the same tools as in Lightroom. And this section, you can manage the hues of the colors. So for example, if you see that it's too yellow, just go to the yellow, because I can see in the shiny parts, it's a bit yellowish. And that's it, that's corrected. I'm gonna zoom in. So this is the before. Can you see in the shiny areas, it's a bit yellowish. And this is the after, corrected. So make sure the skin tones are always good and natural enough. The next tone is going to be related with the eyes. As you may know, the eyes are the most important part in a portrait. You have to pay attention to the eyes with the lighting, the sharpness. Eyes are the main point of attention of a portrait, so you have to make sure they are sharp. But the next don't is going to be to don't over-enhance the eyes. I saw people, like portraits of people with very shiny eyes or very white or very sharp. That's another beginner mistake, so please don't do this. In Luminar, if you go to portrait, you go to face, you have a whole section for the eyes, and I love it, but I'm going to show you my favorite one. I'm gonna zoom in. Look at that beautiful cat light with my Octabox. I love it. So let's go to the eyes section, and you can remove the red eye enhancer, eye whitening, you can enlarge the eyes. I'm gonna keep it as it is. My favorite one is eye enhancer. I'm gonna overdo it. This is the before and the after, which is a lot, obviously. Never overdo it. So I'm gonna go to maybe 35. And that looks way better. If you want, you can make it whiter. Again, 100%. Don't do this because you look possessed. So I'm gonna go maybe 20, no more than that. Very subtle, but noticeable. And the next don't, I'm gonna show you my skin, is to don't remove all the marks in the skin. I'm going to show you the perfect example. So these parts I have here in my nose, they are things I have to remove one day, I don't know when, with laser, because they appear because of the sun. And in Bali it's not helping because the sun is very hardcore here. But there are marks that I need to remove for real, okay? So it's like, okay, I would correct this in post-production. But for example, I have many freckles. I have freckles. I'm not gonna remove that because that's how I am and I want to keep them there. And then here, I don't know if you can see it, I have a beauty spot. You don't see it in this photo because it's in the other side of my nose. I never remove my beauty spot because it's part of my face, so I don't remove that. And I'm telling you this because many of you take photos with clients and you modify their faces. I shoot a lot with people and with DJs in London, and they have marks in the skin. If it's a beauty spot or freckles, I don't remove them. Keep it real. Less is more when you are editing portrait photography. I'm going to edit quickly the skin for this one because I want to show you something else. I'm gonna retouch it no more than 40. My number is 40 maximum, okay? That's my personal preference. And then you have shine removal. This is one of my favorite tools in Luminar Neo because I do a lot of studio photography and you have shiny parts in the skin because of the harsh light. So shine removal, I'm gonna overdo it. This is the before. Look at my skin. It looks very shiny. And the after. This tool is incredible. Again, it's fake. 100% is fake because naturally you have to have light in your skin if you have a light pointing at you. So again, I would go to 50 more or less. And it's way more subtle and it's still natural. And the next don't, maybe it's incredibly silly to mention, but I don't even know, even nowadays sometimes I forget about it, I don't know why. It's not zooming in the photo. Many times maybe you zoom in, let's say like this, and you are editing skin like this. You have many pixels to work with. Zoom in properly and check every single thing in your skin or your client's skin or whoever it is. But please zoom in to check every single little thing, the eyes, the imperfections, the hair, everything. And then make sure as well you zoom out to see the overall photo, how it looks as well, okay? It still happens to me. I'm editing, I'm like, Laura, like you are like this. It's like, why I'm doing this? And then I do like that and I zoom in. It's like, no, maybe it's just me. So don't do that. And another thing I don't want you to do with portrait photography, please, is to over contrast the images. Is portrait photography. So if it's a moody portrait, that's fine. I will show you later in a bit. But if it's a portrait like this, let's go to the section Essentials. Let's go to Develop. So you have the exposure here and the contrast. Let's go to contrast. Why? You may think that it looks better because it's very saturated, it catches the eye. This is fake. In real life, I don't look like this. That orange and with that blue is terrible. So keep it normal. And something I do in all my portraits, it's a little trick to soften the image, is this. I go to details. In Lightroom, what I do sometimes is remove the clarity a little bit and the texture. So the skin is not that rough. But here in Luminar, you can go to details and you can select anything. Small details, medium details, large details. In this occasion, it's going to be small details because I want just the small details. I'm gonna overdo it. Terrible, obviously. So I'm gonna do just a little bit. Very subtle, you barely can see it, but it's gonna soften a little bit more the image, okay? And it's not that contrasty. So this is a tiny trick as well I do. And I'm gonna go to another photo to show you the next don't. Don't ignore color grading. I'm in love with color grading because that's how you are going to create your style. So I'm going to show you with presets, obviously, you can create an amazing color grading if you are a beginner. You can buy your favorite photographer's Lightroom presets and make it your own. But at least you are looking professional with color grading and then you can find your own style because you can always adapt Lightroom presets, okay? So for instance, I'm gonna go to this one here. This is the before and this is the after with moody grains. But let's go to Bali Film Gold. This looks incredible. I know already this one looks good with cinematic photography. And it looks very good for travel photography because it gives moody greens to my travel photography. But for the studio, you can see here how amazing it looks. I just had to raise the exposure a little bit and the vibrance because I like more color. Look at this, the before, very good from camera to be honest, but there is not much going on in terms of mood. And this is the after. I love this photo and this was achieved with one click with my own Lightroom preset. That's it. So if you're a beginner, don't be scared to get Lightroom presets from your favorite photographers, okay? But I told you can do everything with Luminar, so I'm not gonna apply anything here. And I'm gonna open this with Luminar. I'm gonna go to Edit, and I want to show you this. In Luminar, you can apply presets as well, but they are called LUTs. So I'm gonna go down here to the Mood section, and I'm going to choose a LUT. And you have so many to choose from. Look at this one. You have cinematic toning, creative, cross-processing, portrait toning. I'm gonna go to cinematic toning, and this one is like blue, but I love this one. This one looks amazing. That's it. This is the before and the after. How amazing it looks. So you don't have any excuse to don't look professional when editing. And I'm gonna tell you another don't that's going to save you many hours. Don't repeat the same editing process again and again and again. Make your own Lightroom presets or with Luminar, create your own preset. So to retouch the skin and all of that, yes, you have to do it individually. But for color grading and many other effects, you can just go here to these three dots down here and save as preset. So you can keep a cohesive style and you can always modify everything as well within Luminar. So this is very easy, and as I said, Luminar Neo is incredibly affordable and you're going to have below a link with a discount code as well of a 20% off. So please grab it if you don't have it yet, because I know many of you already have it and you guys love it. You've seen today how easy it is to edit with Luminar, so you don't have an excuse. And if you struggle with portrait editing, let me know below. I'm very happy to do more videos, and you also have here, I'm gonna put a playlist here, more tutorials about how I edit all my photos. I really hope this video was useful, so please like it if you took something good from it, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Big love from Bali.